Hey, what's going on? It's Aaron and Sarah from
Hey.
Theme Burgers Podcast. So this isn't really the video that we wanted to put out. We took a ton of awesome footage from the first night of the BBQ and Brews event at Worlds of Fun, and my not so trusty external hard drive decided to poop out on us, and I didn't figure that out until we got home.
Yeah.
And
Sucks.
yeah, not fun. So don't you worry. I just got on Amazon and ordered a brand new one. So we're going to get that fixed. And I'm going to have to re-record you guys a brand new Barbecue and Brews video next weekend. Because this weekend is just crappy weather.
Yeah.
But since we were there and we did take a lot of photos, we're going to go ahead and go through the event and explain it to you the best we can without video. I'm
And
so
we'll
sorry.
pop up the photos in the video that we're making now for you to see. That way you know what the food looks like.
Yeah, so I'll do it. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go right here. I'm going to sit right here, and I'm going to put it right here. Right where these toys are. Okay, so let's start with the beginning of the park. I got all the pictures up on our screen. I apologize. I didn't want it to be like this, but it is. Okay, so as soon as we got to the event, there was nobody there because we got there as soon as the park opened, so they were still kind of setting up a little bit.
So we just walked around until they were ready to open. Figured we'd give them some time. We took some pictures of everything, so
yeah, and I'll post those here as we talk. Different pictures are gonna come up right here. So anyways, this is a steal of an event. So for $25, you get a sample at each food sample at each of the 6 booths and 2 beer samples. And the food samples alone are worth the ticket.
yeah,
I mean,
100%.
Yeah.
And if you're a season pass holder, you get in for $20.
Mm-hmm.
So you're getting $5 off, so a booth for free. Or you can just bring your season pass and get your free booth. You don't even have to buy the ticket. You can just get your one free booth, and that's it.
Right. Okay, so you get to the event, and you go up, at the front of the event, right where it's right next to where you can take the old-time photos.
Sorry, my knees were hurting.
You're fine. Well, good. Pictures are going to go right
Okay.
here. Okay, so you go up there, you give them, that's where you pay, and they'll give you lanyards. Lanyard. And then on the lanyard, it has the different breweries on it, and one side has one circle, and one side has 2 circles. The 2 circles is for your 2 samples of beer, and the 1 circle is for your 1 food sample. So let's start with the first booth that you see when you enter the festival. It's a Cinder Brewery booth, and you want to talk about the food that was there?
Yeah, the food that was there was a barbecue chicken waffle. So it came in a waffle cone, and then on the bottom was barbecue baked beans, and there was coleslaw, and then barbecue smoked chicken. It was awesome. It was a huge portion, and the flavor was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was... We shared everything, too, because going to all these booths, it's just too much for, one person.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also another thing. I would recommend, if you're going with somebody else, you can share everything.
Yeah, and looking at the picture, that's a tiny plate. And that ice cream cone was huge. This was a meal in and of itself. Yeah. It was plenty for Sarah and I to share. And then the 2 beers that we got, they had 4 beers on tap.
We had the Papers Porter and Cherry Cider.
Yeah.
Which are both really good.
Yeah, they were both really good. Okay, the next booth that comes up is the Casey Beer Company booth. And at their booth, I'm going to pull up our picture, they had the...
smoked sausage, and it was supposed to be served with a Creole mustard or a spicy mustard. They didn't have that tonight, but we put some of the original Worlds of Fun barbecue sauce on top. It was really good. It was a little bit of a smaller portion than what I was expecting, but the flavor was there, so I'm hoping next time we go they have the mustard. That sounds tasty.
Yeah, really good sausage. I liked this a lot. But, alright, I'll talk about that in a second. Okay, now talk about the beers.
We had Ooh.
Hefeweizen.
Oh, yeah. We had the Hefeweizen, and then we had the Dunkel.
Yeah.
And Casey Beer Company makes, like, traditional German beers, so they're going to be, like, lighter, easy-drinking beers, no matter what you get.
Okay, next booth that we went to.
Oh, look at those.
Those are good. Okay, right here. You can see them, too. Okay, what was the stand for this?
The beer?
Yeah.
Oh.
Coop?
No. I think
Nebraska.
it was Tallgrass.
Tallgrass.
Yes.
Okay.
Tallgrass Brewing Company. They had the barbecue donuts. I know this sounds interesting, right? So it was 2 cake donuts, flash fried in a fryer, and then they were tossed in a signature barbecue spice rub with a caramel glaze on top. And then we put some barbecue sauce on it too, because why not? They
were so good.
Yes.
It was like, I would hit this booth last, okay? Because it's like the dessert, the barbecue dessert of the event, and it is a must try. It is so good. So I would give this one thumbs up as well.
Yeah. There was one thing that we both agreed that the oil needed to be a little bit hotter to make the donuts a little bit crispier, because they did soak up a little bit of the oil, and I think it's because it wasn't hot enough to fry them.
Yeah, I mean, I'll leave my pros and cons for the end, because I have a couple. Not a lot, but a couple. Okay, next booth.
The next booth was what was it? The corn on the cob?
Ooh, corn on the cob.
Is that what we're going to do? That's fine, we'll do that next.
Let's go corn on the cob.
Okay, so this was a full ear of corn on the cob, and it was in the husk, and they cook it right on the grill, like to order for you. So it was with a barbecue spiced butter. The butter didn't seem very barbecue spiced. It was very buttery, and it was very delicious. I'm looking forward to see if there's actually spice on it next time we go. Yeah.
And go ahead and talk about beers.
I don't remember what beer was here. Was this Coop Ale Works?
I think it was.
I think it was.
We should have been a little bit more prepared. But we didn't know we were going to do this.
1 second. I have my computer right over here.
Sarah's writing a review for a blog right now about this event, so she has all of her notes with her. Okay, so I'll talk about the corn on the cob. Corn on the cob is really good. It was supposed to come with like a barbecue sauce on it, a barbecue.
No, the butter,
barbecue butter. But I didn't taste any barbecue spice in the butter. But it was awesome corn on the cob. Who doesn't like a traditional good corn on the cob? It was a little bit messy, but I don't really have anything to criticize about corn on the cob. It was good. It's only going to get better throughout the event because I know that they're going to end up bringing out that barbecue spice, and it'll be good. Okay, so the next booth.
Yeah, just keep going.
The next booth was
the ribs.
The ribs. Okay, so these ribs right here. So there's not in the picture. They were like, okay, so it was about like that big and about that thick. I'm not making that up because in the video, I took really cool shot of this video, or for the video that I had for you guys. I'll try and get it next weekend if the weather's going to be good. I may even go out there this weekend with rainy, crappy weather just so you guys can see this. Okay, so this was the biggest set of ribs I've ever had, and the rub on it was so good. Didn't you like the rub on it?
Yeah, the rub was really good.
Yeah, the rub was awesome. And the sauce is so good that they're making for this event. The Worlds of Fun spicy and regular sauce. I couldn't say enough good things about these ribs.
Yeah, they were great. It was 2 not baby back ribs, probably just, I'm not sure what kind of ribs they were. But they were 2 gigantic ribs.
Yeah. This right here alone was worth admission. Just this is a meal in and of itself. And can you imagine for $5 if you just wanted to come and eat at this booth, for $5 you can get this and 2 little samples of beer. You're done. That's a meal right there. Okay.
What beers do we have at that one?
We had the Cardinal.
I'm just gonna look them up on my phone. Okay, so this was the Coop Ale Works one. We had the DNR, which is a Belgian-style dark. And then we also had the Horny Toad Blonde. So a blonde ale and then a dark.
Okay, and we have one more?
Yeah.
Okay, one more. And, ooh, yeah, this was a good one. Okay, so the last one, if I can pull a picture. Okay, this was the Tenderloin Slider. Now, when I went up to the counter to get it, the young lady just put 2 huge pieces of meat on my plate, and that was it.
Some barbecue drizzle.
I put the drizzle on the barbecue.
Okay.
It was just 2 big pieces of meat. I wasn't paying attention because it looked so good and everything else was so good. I was like, oh, well, I'm just getting this. So I took it back, and Sarah goes, I think this is supposed to be a slider. So she took the plate back, got bread, and she said, I also think there's supposed to be crispy fried onions on this. Well, they didn't have crispy fried onions.
And there was also supposed to be a remoulade on it as well.
Okay, I will say this. I'm sure all those things that were supposed to be with it were great. This sandwich didn't need it. It was perfect with just the meat, the barbecue sauce, and the bun.
You're kind of like he's a simple guy. So
I am a simple eater.
I'm curious to see if the things that are supposed to be on this sandwich amp it up a little bit even more. Because it did have really great flavor. It was really good. The spice on the outside.
Yeah. The
I'm
rub.
sure it may have been the same one that was on the
Ribs.
because it tasted pretty similar.
Yeah,
but,
it was awesome.
yeah.
I would eat this sandwich. If Sarah made it, I would just eat this all week. These little sliders. They're so good.
Little baby turkey sliders.
Yeah, they were so good. Okay. So let's give our pros and cons. Let's start with pros. Or cons. Let's end with positives. Our cons. I have some.
Go ahead. You go
Sorry,
first.
I asked her and then I go.
Okay.
Okay. Portion sizes. All the portion sizes were great. You get all these nice, good-sized portions, and then you go to the Casey Beer Company, and you get a tiny little sausage. Half of a sausage. And that's it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I get this tiny little sausage, and then I go get this huge freaking chicken waffle cone, and I go get this huge thing of Flintstone ribs, and this big, beautiful corn on the cob, and the Tenderloin Slider, and then it's like, well, I don't want to go back to the sausage stand again. Hell of a good sausage, but
Yeah.
You know? And then, let's see, what else? The corn on the cob was a little messy because of the charcoal that was all over the husk.
Yeah, Aaron got on his face.
It was on my
wish you guys could have
face.
seen
It was
that.
like warrior paint. It was in the video, but my video doesn't work. I'm gonna get you guys a good video, I promise. What else?
I mean,
I have one.
another con, and I mentioned this before, is they didn't seem to have everything ready. Like, not in time, just, like, everything in general. Like, it felt like they didn't have stuff ready for the employees. They didn't tell them what to do, what was supposed to go on the items, or they just didn't have them.
Well, it's the first night, though.
I know,
you gotta understand
and we're
that.
going back.
Oh, I'm going back.
Hey, you're telling me to give my cons. I'm giving them.
Hey, I know. Okay, here's my other con. Is for the donuts, the barbecue donuts, they had a little tiny fryer, okay? I know it was a slow night, but continuing on, put a bunch of donuts in there, get them all nice and like kind of fried up, crispy, and then serve them. Make that grease a lot hotter. Because when we got it, they were oversaturated with grease. And they were good. They tasted great, but I don't think that's what the chef maybe wanted. So that's just our. Do you have anything else? I don't.
Nope.
All right, now pros. I'm just gonna say this.
Oh, sorry.
You're okay. It's late. I know. Okay. Worlds of Fun. You're providing us with this regular barbecue sauce and a spicy barbecue sauce. You guys need to bottle that stuff and sell it because it was awesome barbecue sauce. I love that barbecue sauce. You need to have it everywhere.
One more thing about the barbecue sauce.
I knew you were going to say
what?
that.
I mean,
go ahead.
I couldn't get we could never get the spicy barbecue sauce out enough because there's like chunkier stuff in it, so cut the tops of the things.
Okay.
Open wider.
What else? No, that's fine.
So...
No. I knew you were going to say it. She's so picky. Okay, what else? It was an awesome. It was an awesome event. I can't wait to go back.
Yeah, the beer samples were big. I mean, those were like 6 or 8 ounce cups.
Yeah.
They're big tasters.
All the employees were happy. They all looked enthused to be learning new stuff and doing something different other than what other quick service areas they worked in the park.
Yeah, even though it was freezing outside.
It was
cold. It was really cold
yeah.
tonight.
So, okay, well, I promise that I'm going to get you guys a good review. New external should be in Sunday, hopefully. I'm going to be checking shipping status because
we need it now.
We need it. So, I'll get you guys a new video out as soon as I can. If not, the soonest can be next Friday night, next Saturday morning. So, all right. I will talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.